This is DIY Hi-Fi Life. Today we're live from the Capital Audiofest 2021 in Rockville, Maryland. Today on DIY Hi-Fi Life. So I'm here with Jay from Jay's Audio Lab, one of the rising stars of YouTube. Jay, tell me what you're enjoying here at the show so far.
Well, you know, guys, it's been an amazing experience so far. It's still, what, 10:45 in the morning? It's
That's
pretty
right,
early.
Very early.
I've only seen one room, which is this room right here. You got it, home audio.
Yes,
It's
with their tape and everything.
Yes,
yeah.
amazing. And right now it looks like it's somewhat on the light side as far as the turnout, but it's still pretty
early
early.
days, yeah. Saturday will be big.
Saturday's going to be bigger, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Very good.
But I'm pretty happy to see that.
Have you been here before? Is this?
I have never.
Okay, you're down up you're in Pennsylvania?
No, I'm in Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
So
okay.
I have been to the Expo in 2019, and then Florida Expo.
Excellent.
Yes, the last one we had, and then now. So it's been pretty interesting to now be part of this one.
Right, and we're lucky because this is one of the few shows this year, and this is my backyard actually, so it's very cool.
Beautiful. So you're lucky.
I'm very lucky.
Very lucky. And you know, it looks like it's going to be a fun show.
Sure.
Seeing a lot of great brands, of course. Back, and we got a lot of well-known brands, right, that we all know about.
Absolutely.
But you know, for the most part, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the production. What I see here so far seems pretty good.
It's a fun show. Great, Jay. What kind of music are you listening to? Any hot tunes you've heard recently?
So, you know, there's always those songs that people hear on Audiophile.
Sure.
Dire Straits being one of them, of course.
Right.
Fink, I love Fink.
Yeah.
It's a great artist. And there is another song. I'm gonna pull up my phone. So excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
Called Six Strings Down. Look it up by Hanks. I hope I don't kill the last name. Thesync.
Okay.
Great song. That's the one song that I just heard it in this room, as a matter of fact.
Very good.
It's amazing. It's
we want to learn about new music.
That's one great song. It's on my channel all the time. I highly recommend it.
Very good.
And you know, one of the things that I never quite understood until recently, the importance of great recordings to display your system's capabilities. It's just so crucial, because it's easy to also put so much money into a system, and your recordings are here. Your system is here, your recordings are here. Your system can't transform poor recordings into great recordings. And I had to learn the hard way. So a lot of the old songs that I used to listen to, I still play them.
Sure.
But I have to kind of reset my mind to understand that, hey, you're hearing something that's not amazing, that's not the best recording, but that at the same time, we love, right? We grew up listening to all this music.
Right.
So, yeah, that's one big learning lesson for me.
Excellent. Thanks for the tip, Jay. Great to see you here. I hope you have a great show and success with your channel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay.
Take care.
Okay, here we are with none other than Michal Jurewicz from Myteck, and he's going to catch us up on what's going on with Myteck. What's going on, Michal?
Yes, we are here, very happy finally after about a year and a half of no shows.
Absolutely.
And with a bunch of new products. We still are kind of putting them on the table here.
Yes, I caught you early, I know.
But what you see here is new Liberty line.
That's the updated Liberty. I really liked your first Liberty.
Yeah, this one is actually way superior to the first one.
Yes.
It's because of the large linear 60 watt power supply and a lot of other things that were improved, better front end interface and stuff like this. We also made a headphone amplifier.
Yes.
It's a THX technology for whoever likes the precise low distortion sound. We have that for them, and we also gonna show in a little bit a preview of the Empire streamer.
That's your statement DAC.
Yeah. So that's gonna be set up in a moment, and then
we'll come back and take a look at that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Any other exciting news or little things you want to let people know about? Or
I invite people to visit our website,
Yes.
Myteck Audio, where we kind of show the whole line of products, generally divided now into several product lines. There is an Empire line, which is a high-end $20,000 streamer DAC and amplifiers. There is also Manhattan series, which is the same, but the streamer and an amplifier in the range of about $8,000. Then we have Brooklyn Bridge 2,
excellent.
which is a Roon-based streamer with Roon cord built in, and that's a very anticipated product. We don't have it out yet,
Yes.
but it's coming out very soon, maybe next 2 months.
So pretty much by the end of the year, do you think you'll have most of your products?
What we're trying to do now is trying to make them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Working with some headwinds, mostly the shortage of electronic components
Yes.
is affecting us.
Absolutely.
So in case of Brooklyn Bridge, for example,
Right.
we're waiting for the displays to be able to manufacture.
Yes.
So this is a little bit something that is still a factor here in making more of them.
Yes.
Or fast enough of what we're trying to do. But we're starting with the Empire. That's our flagship. That's going to be first.
Excellent.
And the Brooklyn Bridge is going to be second. And we also are trying to focus on the new amplifier technology, which is GaN-FET based.
Okay.
And basically the new Empire monoblocks will be GaN-FET based power amplifiers. So that's something that we find extremely exciting.
That's fantastic.
It sounds really, really nice.
Well, we can look forward to that, and I appreciate you coming to the show. I hope it's a good show for you.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's just starting.
That's
so
right. We're very early, but the early bird catches the worm, as they say. And any music you've heard recently that you liked, or anything that comes to mind?
Well, I've been listening to a lot of old records, old recordings actually from the 60s. And
some of those are outstanding recordings.
So that's something that I typically use for,
testing your systems. Yeah.
And I must say that a lot of old recordings work well.
Well, they're somewhat simpler recorded, some of them are more basic.
No microphones,
right.
simple techniques, whatever comes to mind, a lot of jazz records.
Absolutely.
Things like, I don't know.
Well, we get the idea.
Yeah.
Michal, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great show. Hello. Filming for DIY Hi-Fi Life, a little video channel. What are you showing today?
I'm showing the Canare in-ear monitors.
Okay.
And adds to amplifiers and portable amplifiers, and ITTL in-ear monitor and portable amplifiers.
Very good. So is this your first time here, or have you been to the show before?
This one?
Yes.
It's the first time I attend to the DC show.
Yeah, oh, great. Yeah. Well, hope you have a good show.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, we're here with Aurorus Audio and Amar Varvanshi, sorry, also a friend and a member of the DC Hi-Fi group.
Yes.
And he's a maker of headphones, as we'll take a look here.
Yes, so this is our open back, the Borealis. It's a 32 ohm dynamic driver, fully open design.
Yes.
Much more open than other open backs.
Yeah, more open the better, huh?
Absolutely. And this is actually a prototype of a weight-reduced version that we're coming out with soon.
Oh, very
hopefully
cool.
Later this year.
So we're getting a little sneak peek.
So we've reduced it about 80 grams.
Excellent.
By changing some of the materials
Yes.
and refining the design of some of the parts.
Yes.
I also have a prototype closeback that we're working on.
Oh, okay.
This is actually a new custom driver that we've been working on. It's
very good.
300 ohm dynamic driver.
Dynamic, yep.
And it's a fully sealed design. So
Very cool.
Where a lot of hi-fi closeback headphones
Yeah.
are ported, so they let a little bit of sound in and out.
Right.
These are fully sealed.
Oh, good. So if you're in a studio or
much
something, you
better
can...
isolation that
Yeah.
way. And then on the end there, we have our current production closeback, the Australis, which is a ported design. Uses the same dynamic driver as these, the Borealis. And that's what we're showing today.
That's very cool, Amar. Well, I always ask everybody, what's the best piece of music you heard recently?
So there's this album that I've been listening to. It's by Stimming and Lambert, and it's called Positive.
Okay.
And it's kind of a mix of electronic and jazz.
Excellent.
And, yeah.
Good.
I've been listening to that a lot.
Well, we'll
recently.
check that out and,
All right.
and enjoy it. Thanks so much, Amar, for the interview, and hope you have a great show.
You too.
Okay.
See you around.
Absolutely.
So we're focused, just a different approach from the beginning. So you'll probably be using it on basically here's the new albums of the week across all genres. You open like, for example, classical and jazz and soundtracks.
All right, I'm with David Solomon for Qobuz, and he's going to tell us what's up with Qobuz right now.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for asking us. We've got a lot going on. We're getting so much new music in these days. It's almost all in high res. There's been a couple of people that have mentioned lately, which I find a little amusing, that, only about 10% of the libraries in high res. And I'm thinking, we've got 70 million cuts. It's an awful lot of high res on Qobuz these days. And here's the cool thing. The labels aren't taking like Scottish nose whistle bands and going, let's re-record, let's release this in a high resolution. It's the popular stuff. So we've got that going, and then about, I'd say, Dan, 70-80% of the stuff we're getting these days.
New releases?
New releases.
80% are coming
Solid.
in 24-bit.
Solid 80% are coming in.
But to your point, like I have a great album by the Chromata Percussion Ensemble on the BIS label.
Yeah.
You know those percussion. That's a 4416 recording, and the dynamic range is, I think it's like is the Lutz level, the Lutz level, for the dynamic range is like 22 or 20. It's very high.
That's crazy.
And it's only a 16-bit recording, so.
Early on, the very, very best recording engineers could really get great results out of 1644.
Absolutely.
The problem is you have to be a master. You're not getting a great 1644 recording unless you were a master, because most of these guys that record in 1644, that was the format, but they never hit 16 bits. I mean, it was 12, 8, maybe. So,
but it was still a big advance over what we had. So.
Oh yeah, but now with the 24-bit word, it's just
the headroom,
from an engineer's perspective, which I kind of tend to think that way anyway, they finally got the headroom they need. That's why over the last 4 or 5 years, you've heard these recordings coming out, and you're going, oh my God. And the pendulum, it swings one way or another.
Sure.
In like the 90s and early 2000s, we would always look for recordings with great bass, right?
Right.
These days, it's like, oh my gosh, you get great bass on almost everything. Sometimes too much, right? It's like that pendulum swung from super anemic to sometimes way too fat. But there's some techniques that are coming into play now that the engineers are just getting better and better and better. Right?
Well, to that point, you make me think about any thoughts on the whole maybe move towards surround audio. Like the Atmos is becoming very prevalent.
That's gonna be. We're I'm not sure I should say this, but we're actually talking about doing something.
Sure.
Right
At least you're thinking about it.
Our core is going to remain strictly
of course
2-channel, because although I really understand the marketing of the whole surround thing, because anybody can hear stuff coming from every area, and really between standard resolution and high resolution, it's something that you need to pay attention to. It's not like the easiest thing in the world.
Of course.
But most of the great things in the world aren't the easiest thing in the world. So we're going to primarily
it's for the future.
Stay 2-channel, and maybe we'll be looking at some surround stuff in the future.
Cool. David, I always like to ask, what great piece of music have you heard recently that you love?
I'm not even sure it's like super recently, but one that just blows me away right now. If you're a piano guy, there's a guy out there named Cody High, H-I-G-H, and he's got 2 albums on Qobuz right now.
All right.
And it literally sounds like the piano is in your room.
That's excellent.
He's just really, really a creative artist.
Cool.
And the tunes he decides to play, it's sort of a mix of, I would say, classical-ish, pop-ish. It's sort of a mix.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good.
That's great. David, thank you so much for talking with us, and have a great show.
Thanks for asking.
Cool. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, I'm here with Gayle Sanders, famous for many companies, including, of course, Martin Logan. I'm a long-term Martin Logan owner, very proudly, and of course, the new Eikon Audio. And you've got some new things to talk about.
Indeed. Well, Eikon is a systems design concept in that we design everything from front to back up, the DACs, the amplifiers, the drivers, the speakers, everything. And by doing that, we accomplish a number of things that take it beyond kind of where you can go with component systems in terms of clarity, in terms of power, and in terms of room integration. We can digitally correct so many things that just can't be done any other way.
Absolutely.
We can reduce the size, we can make it easier to integrate. We can control everything in the time and the power domain. It's pretty exciting time.
Well, I think for a speaker designer, having the ultimate control over the amplification and which is the DSP and the equalization, it's probably a speaker designer's dream, because you can really get everything dialed in.
And we can take more passive components out. So all typically the filters are all between the amplifier and the speaker itself. So all of those can be removed, and we can direct drive each transducer with its own dedicated amplifier.
Excellent.
And apply all the filtering in the front end. And time align not just the drivers, but all parts of the spectrum within those drivers themselves.
That's very cool. Now you have something new this time. You want to talk about that?
Well, a few years ago we launched the Image 1, and now we have more of a line from that. We have a quite a bit less expensive, and then our little bookshelf, the
Yes.
new 0.5 bookshelf.
That's exciting. And that's going to be
all of our digital
Yeah.
goodness and all of that.
Yeah.
And also the bookshelf literally has presets where we can pre-configure it for the physics of a bookshelf or of a table or on a floor stand,
Yeah.
wherever you put it in your room.
very cool. Well, that should really widen your potential audience, and that's very cool. Well, it's so great to talk to you. One question I'd like to ask everybody is, what piece of music do you hear recently?
You were gonna say this. Well, I have to keep going back to Malia.
Okay.
It's just a beautiful, wonderful, glorious Bad-Mander voice just
Yeah.
illuminates, and the specular detail is
Yeah,
just tremendous.
that's great. Cool. Well, I hope you have a great show, and thanks for coming to this year's Capital Audio Fest. Thank you, Gayle. I'm here with Ann Bisson, famous chanteuse, singer, however you would describe yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Yes.
I started as a piano player when I was a kid,
Yeah.
studied classical music, but
Absolutely.
I'm into writing much more.
Actually, what's going on? I guess things have been a little on hold this year, and are you just kind of gearing up again?
Yeah, well, this time, you know what? I took the time to write my next album.
Excellent.
So I was prolific, and I that period of time, which was hard for everyone,
Yes.
I believe, was good for me because I needed introspection, and I wrote the other album, and it's
Excellent.
coming.
And
in a
what's
year.
that album called?
I don't know yet.
Oh, it's so new it doesn't have a name
Yeah,
yet.
When
Okay.
I record an album, I record all the songs,
Yeah.
and then I think about the jacket and the title,
Cool.
because it all comes after
Yeah.
the album itself.
Cool. Usually when I do interviews, I ask, what's the best piece of music someone just heard? But in your case, it's your music, right?
Oh, well.
Is there anybody you like musically?
Oh, yes.
that you...
I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I have some fans, like,
Yes.
of course, Joni Mitchell is one
Oh,
of my
oh, Joni.
favorite.
I mean-
Ricky Lee Jones are my inspiration. Kate Bush.
Yes. I'm a big
because
Kate Bush fan.
I like her whimsy
Exactly.
energy.
That's right.
And of course, when I think of a jazz singer, I
Yeah.
think of Ella Fitzgerald
Well.
as the best for me. You know.
Yeah. Well, she's at the pinnacle.
Keith
Absolutely.
Jarrett, Bill Evans.
You know it all.
Those
That's fantastic.
guys are also very
Great.
important for me.
Cool. And we'll catch you live here in a
Yes.
moment, I guess. And I appreciate you talking to us. And have a great
Well,
show.
I have a website, anbisson.com, so come and visit me.
We will see you there.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
First, I recorded my latest album, Keys to My Heart, in Los Angeles in 2019 with Michael Ross as an engineer. We recorded there. And I played with Joe LaBarbera on drums and Darek Oleskevich on double bass. I've never met the guys before the recording session, gave them the charts, and we recorded the album in one day. The day after, I did some piano and vocals, and that's the way I work. I'm very intuitive person. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sing with the beds. We call it the beds, and we'll adjust the volume. You're the judge. If the music is too high, or I'll tell Auedyo to put it down a little bit. So we'll start with a song called "Where Am I Now?" Well, actually, I'm in Washington D.C. I'm so happy to be here with you. Hi. Where am I now? Where am I now? I feel like a mountain worn away by the rain. Pebble by pebble, not feeling the pain.
Okay, we're here at the Capital Audio Fest with Matt Weisfeld. We're going to catch up on what's up with VPI. What's going on?
Hey, well, thanks for grabbing me and having this moment over here. So we are excited to be here at Capital Audio Fest. It has been an exciting year at VPI. Well, it's been a strange 2 years.
Absolutely.
I mean, with everything that had happened in the world, 2 years ago, I think it's no secret, we changed our manufacturing over to making hand sanitizer, face shields,
Yes.
all sorts of other PPE supplies.
You and the distillers.
Exactly, and ironically, we actually we stayed in touch with the distillery. So what I had done for a period period of time. I'd go up there, we'd buy the ethanol alcohol, buy the other alcohol also, make hand sanitizer, and we could. So in the midst of it, though, we did actually find that we had to still make turntables. And so last year we thought 2021 would be better. So what we did was we took our Prime series, refined it from the feedback from customers, dealers, reviewers. We took that feedback, refined the Prime to our Prime 21, having a different tone arm, having that cleaner look, better feet and isolation, and just a better package in general. We launched that at the end of 2020. Great success. We did the trickle down with the rest of the line, doing our Scout 21, Prime 21, Signature 21, and now at the show, launching that whole series, as well as our new Adventure Direct.
Very good.
Now, the Adventure Direct, we gave you all a tease 2 years ago, and we would have launched it last year. We know what happened there, so that is ready to go at the $30,000 mark.
Excellent. I heard that. It was excellent. Harry, I hung out with Harry.
Direct drive technology, but with that sandbox feel where you can have multiple arms, any length, and just have a good time and enjoy your experience.
That's cool. Speaking of direct drive, I've spoken to you before. Any news on maybe when that we might see that in other turntables in your line down the road?
Oh yeah, well, that was the plan.
Yeah.
The original plan for Capital Audiofest last year.
Right.
And well, I'll just tell you, it's no secret, and I just can't do it right now.
Yeah.
We were going to launch an entire direct drive line for this year, at the end of last year. We had the prototypes, we had everything figured. We showed our dealers the beginning of 2020, to give them hey guys, this is what we have coming. We're going to launch it at Capitol. Everyone was excited. COVID hits, and frankly, like my woodworker, he retired. He's out. A lot of our electronic guys, a lot of our vendors. Now, we have a lot of great vendors that stayed in it. They're still working hard and everything, but a lot of them, unfortunately, due to circumstances, they retired or they just threw in the towel. So that's something that's still going to happen.
Okay, so on course. So
we just don't know when.
Exactly. It's not if, it's just when.
Yes, because had the world gone in the direction it was, we probably would have retired the Prime series because it's been 7 years, it's been a while, and then we were going to shift over to that full-blown direct drive. We had our DIY can, that way people could do their own thing.
Yes, I was very excited about it. I had heard about that.
Yes,
That's
so we still kind of have it. Like Robin Wyatt from Rabiot has purchased some. Genesis, who has the table, they've purchased from us as well. We had hoped to have more of a customer, easy, friendly, drop-it-in solution, which
very exciting.
Has just been waylaid a little bit, but it'll still come.
All right, well, that's just something to look forward to in next year and beyond.
Exactly.
Matt, I always ask people, what's the best music you heard recently? Anything that comes to mind?
You know, and I just listened to it, and it's silly. It's an old piece, but the Bob and Ray Stereo Spectacular.
Oh.
So when I travel around to do things, before when we traveled and whatnot, I can't take my whole record collection with me. So I can only take a handful of records where I can really have something I enjoy, show the best the system can have, and have it where everybody else enjoys as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the Bob and Ray Stereo Spectacular, I don't remember the Dr. Akbar, whatever it's called, album.
Okay.
That's the one. And then the Super Sampler.
Okay.
I don't remember which one off the top of my head. Those are the two records, albums that just like, no matter what. And you know, while I'm at it, Greg Brown, Poets Game, that I just started playing again. I found it in my record rack. I forgot
it's always fun to just go to your stack and just pull out something you haven't heard.
I used to listen to that one growing up, and that really, the Greg Brown Poets Game, 64 Dodge, that's the actual track. And growing up, I learned a lot about a system, because that was at the time the reference piece that my dad would use, Harry Weisfeld. So we'd listen to the old Scout Master, Scout 2, whatever the heck he was making, and using that as like hearing the intonations of the voice, hearing the sibilants or lack thereof of sibilants. So, you know what? Forget the other ones. Let's just talk about Greg Brown, 64 Dodge, the Poets Game.
Those are great tips. I'll give you one quick one. Maybe you don't know about, but you know the famous David Chesky. Did you know he recorded an album for CBS Records of all things back in 1981? It's never been released only on vinyl.
Yeah.
And it has like about 30 of the top jazz people like Bob James, Joe Beck, the Brecker Brothers. It's a fantastic recording. If you haven't tracked it down, you might want to grab it.
Sounds like I gotta grab that. Give it a spin.
Absolutely. Matt, thanks so much for talking with us. I hope you have a great show.
Yeah, you too. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe and happy listening.
Great. Thank you, Matt.
HDMI. I'll film you. I got you on
DIY Hi-Fi Life. That's my channel.
All right. Z reviews.
I know.
Or Z unboxing. Or Z cooks.
I know. You're the king. You're the king. I'm a little squid.
Don't assume my rank here, but I want to know what the hell this is and why I don't have it.
So I did do one on Roon that was very popular. 10 things you don't know about Roon.
Oh, does it cost $600 to buy it lifetime?
Well, yeah, but if you actually like Roon, it's.
I haven't used it because I can't make it see-through and I can't put my wife in.
I understand.
So
I understand.
life's over.
I understand. It was quite popular. I got 20,000 views, so it's for a little channel. It's pretty good.
No. Ruin people are interested. It's a search term. People are gonna be like, what's Ruin?
Right.
And why the hell should I pay for it?
Exactly. There's some cool things.
It's got so many people are fanboys of it, and I'm just like, I get it. It does everything.
Exactly.
I wasn't feeling it.
I feel like it's more complicated than I want to go into audio, and I'm an audio reviewer. So
Of course.
it's like I just want to I want to be happy.
Right.
Play and be happy.
Thanks for coming down to the show. This is your first Capital Audio Fest? So you were here before?
I was here whenever the last one was, 2019?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So this
cool.
It's not quite as big this year. But
this is my home turf, so it's very easy for me.
Oh, so you're throwing out a turf war. No, I like to see like a little place like
Absolutely.
He's from LA. Come all the way out from LA to show off the store.
Yeah.
It's not even around here. Like that's great.
Well, people do what they do. Anything you've heard about or seen so far that you are excited about?
We'll see if my favorite room, the Eikon room at the end of the hall.
Eikon, yes. I just had an interview with Gayle.
They now have cheap speakers, only 12,000.
Yeah, but it's a soup to nuts situation. You know, it's pretty much an end-to-end solution.
It's why I like boot cards.
You know, add a Raspberry Pi in your set.
Yeah, well, that TV's broken. It's hilarious.
Right.
But you know, they're gonna put the big ones on actually now.
Yeah.
So I should probably run back. But I'm gonna try to go this way and find one.
Yeah. Well, think alike with the Eikon. That's cool.
What was your channel again?
DIY Hi-Fi Life.
I may have heard of that.
Yeah.
Pop up
It's a little channel, a couple thousand, but I'm doing okay. You know, I just started in January.
Do it for fun.
Doing it for fun. It's just a hobby. Great to meet you.
Nice.
Thanks.
Enjoy this stuff.
I will. Have a great show.
It's more of a musician thing, but there are guys who slide the audiophile stuff in and studios and stuff like that. But I've dealt with them, though. It works pretty well. I think they have a pretty good fee. And some people complain about the fees higher than
Yeah, US Audio Box.
I sell off Craigslist, and I've never not sold. Everything I ever tried to sell, I've gotten great money.
I can use the XY or the AB and kind of compare them. So because if you go back and look at what John Ergel used to call XY is structure and AB is texture. And so do I want structure or texture in this song? So I can kind of shape these things. And so I tend to do that kind of thing. But there's, you know, I mean, the purists will just go crazy, but there's probably about 8 mics on this piano. But it's all her records.
And some of them are over the wires, I assume?
Just probably the XY.
Okay.
But it's kind of like central, that kind of thing, and then building out.
Okay.
It's one of the most honest piano sounds I've ever heard.
Oh, thanks.
Distributor. He was, and it was one of those like, I'm assuming you're done also. Brian flew out in the middle of the pandemic and was like, I need to see it, I need to touch it, I need to, you know, so he was all.
How big is the vinyl market in Ecuador? Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
This is so real.
It's bigger than in Peru. Good to meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you too.
So how many minute cycle are we on here, Charles?
This one here I'm going to shut off at 2 because it's in nice condition.
Yes.
In our manual, we always say 5 minutes because I don't know the provenance of the record. We have one that's in there, it's brown, totally brown, and you can smell the fungus, 5 feet away.
Right.
So that we're going to restore tomorrow. But this here, 2 minutes, and then what we're going to do is we will see what the inspection says, whether we do a 2 minute or 5 minute cycle when we take it out of the machine.
And I appreciate everybody sticking with me and coming back here after almost 2 years. So we're still going, we're still alive. Thank you. Thank you. And then, now, I want to welcome the Anthony Pirog Trio. Thank you. Thanks again.